You are listening to Zimbabwe News. Keep listening to Zimbabwe News.
Emergency road rehabilitation program has changed the face of Guja Business Center in Manyame Rural District Council, with locals impressed by the improved road networks.
The government's emergency road rehabilitation program has brought life to Guja Business Center, popularly known as Chikwana in Mashonaland East Province, where the road rehabilitation program is currently underway, much to the delight of stakeholders.
Zvichatibatsira zvikuru nenyaya yekuti maclients edu avachange vaine dambudziko rekudrive mapotholes. At the same time, whether we are going to have mafashamo emvura still hachaita protrude kupinda mumashops edu.
Matransporters vakufarira kuuya kuti vachitakura zvirimwa nekuti vari kuziva kuti pavari kusvika marodzi avo anosvikikawo zvakanaka.
The local authority is also indebted to government for improving the road network.
This is the commercial hub of Seke District or Manyame Rural District Council. We need to spruce up the area. So we are now targeting to surface the remaining 3.3 kilometers. And as you can see, the earthworks are almost complete. Once we are through with this, we'll then move to the actual surfacing of the road network.
Manyame Rural District Council has so far received 23 million Zimbabwe dollars under the emergency road rehabilitation program. Devolution funds have also seen the local authority procuring a vibratory roller and a motorized water bowser. Gerald Sasa, BC News, Manyame.
The country recorded 69 deaths and 1,834 new COVID-19 cases in the past 24 hours. In a statement, the Ministry of Health and Childcare says the 7-day rolling average for new cases has dropped to 1,686 from 1,747 the previous day. So far, Zimbabwe has recorded 107,490 positive cases, 74,562 recoveries, and 3,490 deaths. Meanwhile, the ongoing vaccination program saw 30,218 people getting their first jab yesterday, taking the cumulative total for the first injection to 1,623,874. Zimbabwe's honorary consul to Israel, Ronnie Levi Musan, has applauded the country's vaccination drive, saying Zimbabwe is on course to achieve herd immunity following benchmarks set by Israel, which leads the world in vaccines per capita. Let's hear more.
Zimbabwe has taken a swift and effective inoculation drive backed by voluntarism, which has seen an endorsement from different players, the latest being the country's envoy to Israel.
Zimbabwe's immunization program is professional and effective, and the results of herd immunity are in sight, and it is quite encouraging. His Excellency the President and the government acted responsibly and professionally in purchasing millions of vaccines for Zimbabwe. That puts Zimbabwe in line with leading countries like the State of Israel, who returned to normal life after completing herd immunity.
More than 1.5 million Zimbabweans have already received their first jab, an indication that people have accepted inoculation as the only route to ending disruptions caused by COVID-19.
The high demand for the vaccine among the Zimbabwean population is very encouraging, and it is clear that today the population has received the value of the vaccine. Israel was able to return to normal life before any other country in the world because of one reason. Its population obeyed the instructions of the government and the medical system. Today, the State of Israel has already started third vaccinations for people over the age of 60 and has even started vaccinating the youth.
At least 60% of Israel's 9.3 million population has received one shot of the vaccine in a campaign that saw daily cases drop from more than 10,000 in January to single digits in June, prompting Israel to relax some preventative measures, including social distancing, although the wearing of masks was recently reimposed.
Zanu-PF Harare province restructuring process is almost complete as the Revolutionary Party seeks to mobilize 5 million voters ahead of the 2023 general elections.
With a target to complete self-verification and restructuring of branches by August this year, Zanu-PF Harare province is almost done, having covered 80% of the cells.
So far, my DCCs, 80% yekutipedzisa issue data capturing ne registration vasina kunyogwa vaya tiri kuti vadzokere futi vachinoita se vachinonyogwa is ongoing process yokuti titi party target 5 million votes.
The Zanu-PF provincial leadership continues to engage party supporters through various initiatives.
Kune vamwe vana vari kuuya kuzvikoro vasina hembe dzakaisvonaka. Ndokubva tatendereka tikanoona zvikoro 14 tikati hatitangai nemauniform 10-10 takanosvikotarisa vana tikavari pane 10-10 but donzo redu nderekuti pa 10 panopera gore timeke sure kuti pa each school pane vana 100 vakapfeka mauniform vakachena kuti chikoro chiite sei kuti chinzi chikoro.
Zvataiti mazuva ranhasi tikurwa kufara kuti vakutedzera tsoka dzapurezidendi vedu baba munakara.
Tiri kutenda nezvavatiitirawo kuti vana vedu vachaenda kuchikoro vakachena.
Vakangotenda chanya nechitwa chavaita ichi.
The Revolutionary Party is also oiling its election machinery ahead of the 2023 general elections after setting up a fundraising committee. Bruce Chawanda, ZBC News, Harare.
Farmers under communal irrigation schemes in Matobo district in Matabeleland South Province are confident of increasing wheat production this season on the backup of the Presidential Input Support Scheme.
Matabeleland South Province has seen an increase in area planted under the wheat crop to about 2,000 hectares from 1,600 hectares last year. This has been attributed to the Presidential Input Support Program that provided inputs to smallholder irrigation farmers with less than 5 hectares of land. A visit to the outgrower scheme at the Agricultural Rural Development Agency Adas Antelope Estate in Mapisa showed that the producers are expecting improved yields.
Besikhangelela ukuthi njalo sithi nxa sesisebenze kuhle nxa sesivuna sithole njalo ikhomba masinya sasivunela masinya ukwenzela ukuthi iGMP sifake ukudla ilizwe lethu liqine ngoba nxa ungala kudla vele akuyabe kungala impilo emnandi phakathi kwabantwana laphakathi kwabadala. So siyabonga kakhulu kuhulumende ukubana uzwasikhumbula.
Onyaka siyabonga uhulumende ukusiphathisa ekusipheni inhlanyelo ngesikhathi wasinika konke ngesikhathi siyambonga kakhulu. Ngikhangelela ukuvuna isivuno esiphezulu kakhulu ukuthi upresident usincedile wasinika inhlanyelo ngendlela uhulumende wasincedise ngayo ngefertilizer inhlanyelo. Hayi irrigation kuhle amasimu wonke hayi kuhle halonyaka sikhangelela isivuno sibili.
While in some areas, wheat and horticultural crops were affected by frostbite this month, the province remains optimistic.
Isigaba ekuso lengqondo echazwe khona ayitsho ukuthi ingehlisa isivuno ngoba so sigaba esiyingozi kakhulu. Ilapho ukuthi iphinde iphakame inike isivuno esiqondileyo nxa ingathola amanzi kuhle ithole again utop dresser okugcina.
Government is in the process of refurbishing several irrigation schemes in the province to boost production capacity and ensure food security and nutrition in line with Vision 2030. Special Chaga, ZBC News, Matobo.
Government-funded irrigation infrastructure is being put into good use in Berengwa, with farmers having planted 10 hectares of wheat at Neta Progressive Irrigation Scheme.
The quest for viable and sustainable irrigation schemes has seen farmers at Neta Progressive Irrigation Scheme in Berengwa delivering 17 tons of maize to the Grain Marketing Board GMB in return for inputs and the maintenance of irrigation infrastructure. The scheme had turned into white elephant owing to water shortages, but government intervention through the installation of a piped water scheme saw farmers venturing into winter wheat for the first time.
About 5 tons the fertilizer D, 1 ton the gross. We don't know what hectare ishatipa zvayo matana kadini asi kutasa kuti chaita go 8 kana kuri kuti yabuda zvakanaka kungoti tikuita face ma challenges akawandisa pano enyaya magetsi ari kuramba achienda
tikusangana ma challenges hosiri yedu inomboita breakdown kana ikambotidiridze yoita breakdown pamwe inozokanganiswa namagetsi ndi anogara akangoenda
panzvimbo yedu ino takarima izvi takarima 18 hectares tinokwanisa kuingisa 17 tons kuhurumende. Vanhu vari panzvimbo ino tikagara patiri vanhu havachashatambura nyaya dzechikafu tinobatsira izvi nyange vamwe vanenge vachitambura vari padhuze.
Government is on a drive to revive several irrigation schemes and setting up new projects as part of efforts to turn around the fortunes of the agricultural sector. Mthokozi Dube, ZBC News, Berengwa.
And now in business news, the 2021 tobacco marketing season, which has continued under the contract system, has surpassed the set target of 200 million kilograms, raking in over 550 million United States dollars.
Farmers have once again scored another bountiful success in tobacco production, with deliveries from the current marketing season now going past the set target of 200 million kilograms. Tobacco Industry and Marketing Board TRMB Chairperson Patrick Devnish revealed that deliveries of the golden leaf will hit new heights of about 205 million kilograms.
We were just under 199 million kilos. I would think we will hopefully pass the 200 million kilo mark. And it looks like, with what's still to come, mainly from large-scale farmers, that we might possibly hit 2.5, 2.10.
Turning to the 60 million United States Tobacco Fund, Devnish says local funding will create a conducive environment to revive the competitive auction floors marketing systems.
We are trying to get the auctions going more. The prices are higher at auction. But we mustn't forget that the contracting system is what brought the crop back from under 50 million to 60 at some stage, you know.
The coming into effect of the 60 million United States dollar local tobacco funding is expected to see the country raking in 30% of the net foreign currency, up from the current 12% foreign currency returns. Tentai Munengwa, ZBC News, Harare.
And now in sports news, sprinter Ngoni Makusha qualified for the men's 100 meters round after finishing first in heat 1 of the preliminary round.
The great track has begun on a good note for Zimbabwe sprinter Ngoni Makusha as he qualified for round 1 in the men's 100-meter heats after finishing first in heat 1 of the preliminary round of the Olympics men's 100 meters, clocking 10 minutes at 32 seconds. The 27-year-old is through to round 1 of the men's 100-meter and will compete in heat 6, which will toss up the Saturday afternoon. In golf, Scott Vincent continued with his improvements after he moved 17 places on the leaderboard of the men's individual golf stroke play. Going into the final round this Sunday, Vincent is tied 17th, and another score of 66 or under will put him in the top 10. Mondoro is the highest ranked African and will be back on the course this Sunday for the final round. Anna Shambrombedzi, ZBC News, Harare.
France-based tennis prodigy Rufaro Magarira is in Ghana ahead of the International Tennis Federation J5 tournament.
Zimbabwe international Rufaro Magarira got off to a good start in the International Tennis Federation ITF Tour after she won the Nairobi Invitational last weekend. The France-based 17-year-old tennis ace is not under pressure as she heads to West Africa following her magnificent victory in Kenya.
I was very excited for my ITF win in Kenya, and I'm really happy with the way my ranking has dropped into 390, and I'm looking forward into doing really good in Ghana to win all 3 or all 4 tournaments, singles and doubles, and I'm just going to do my best. And I don't really have any pressure because now I don't feel any pressure on me. I feel I can play my tennis, so I have no pressure, and I hope everything will go well as I've planned and I've prepared very good to go play in Ghana.
Magarira is slowly being integrated into the senior setup after she was a part of the team that represented the country at the Billie Jean Cup. Meanwhile, the ITF tournament, which was supposed to start this weekend in Harare, has been moved to mid-September owing to the suspension of sporting activities in the country. Anna Shambrombedzi, ZBC News, Harare.
Now that's all we had for you for our lunchtime news bulletin for today. Do remember to mask up, sanitize, and avoid unnecessary movement. Now from the whole lunchtime news crew, to stay safe.